Well, special guest tonight, Chris Strain here on Gumbo Live, and I want to talk about a game that is getting a lot of press this week because it got a surprising nom for the Spiel des Jahres. Tell us about Wingspan, Chris.
I don't know if it's that surprising. I mean, when I saw it, I just said, yep, that looks right. I mean, I'll tell you what, every time I saw the theme before ever playing, I thought, well, it's got to be a great game because the theme is birds and everybody's loving it. So I had to get a hold of it. But it sucked me right in. I mean, the theme, I didn't think I'd love it, but I do. I mean, you look at every single card has different artwork, and they have these cool little facts about each bird at the bottom. I'm not even a bird lover, but I'll sit there and just read every single – I mean, I'm not a bird hater, but I'll sit there and read each little thing about them and stuff, and we'll talk about, oh, this bird, I have this bird, and, you know, it's just really fun to –
Why do you say not surprising?
Do what?
It's
not surprising after playing it.
Okay. Oh, you mean not surprising from the gameplay that it would be nominated? Right. I guess what I meant is that the cutoff for the SDJ, according to W. Eric Smith, because we don't always know everything that goes on over there with the jury, but as far as he can tell, the cutoff is the end of March. And this thing barely got its release in Germany. I mean, just under the wire. So to think that the jury had enough time to play it and vault it over a bunch of other games kind of surprised me a little bit. The actual nomination itself, no, I kind of had it as a dark horse in my mind for the SDJ for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's got that ease of teaching and gameplay that works well with families, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's got that unique theme that sometimes the SDJ seems to look for. They're looking for something that's a little bit different, and this one, as you pointed out, has a very unique theme. And also, it's gotten so much buzz that, you know, a lot of times that one of the games is always something we've never heard of. Like Llama I had heard of, but had never seen in the wild or played. But Wingspan had a lot of buzz, and it did not surprise me from that aspect that it got the nomination.
This is for the Kinner, right?
Yeah, it's got the Kinner Spiel. It's the more enthusiast game of the year.
Yeah, hobbyist. No. Which to me is like family weight, but you know, everybody has their ideas of where that is.
Well, as you've seen, if you go, Chris Ray talks about all the time when he comes on the show, the weight of the SDJ, especially the Kinner, has really moved down from when it looked like it was going to go pretty, maybe even to heavier, medium-ish territory, and now it seems to be backing down a little bit again.
Wasn't Le Havre one of them at one point?
I'd have to check. I don't remember.
Think that's heavier at this point than what they usually put in there now.
I don't remember. It did shock me a little bit that Coimbra didn't even get a recommended. That was a little bit. Have you played Coimbra?
Yeah. I played it twice. I actually own it, and I want to play it more. It didn't quite grab me as much as most people. I could see that it was a great game, and I'll play it again, but I thought it was good.
I don't know why. Something about that game just sings to me, man. I mean, I've played it. I think I'm getting close to 10 plays now, 9 or 10 plays, and I love it. I keep teaching it to people.
How many players have you done it with?
I've done it with everything, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I played every play.
Better with 3 and 4 because I've only played with 2. But maybe that's it.
You know what? I don't mind playing at 2 or 3 because you use the little dummy dice. Those don't bother me at all because actually I think they make for some killer decisions when you're staring at that dummy dice. But with 4, you don't have the dummy dice at all. So yeah, I think with 4, I think 4 might be my favorite play count.
All right. I mean, like I said, I do like it. I just wasn't grabbed as much as everybody else seemed to be for the game. So maybe I should just try it at 4.
You know, that going back to Wingspan, the other thing that to me fits with the Spiel and with the Kinner Spiel is the look of it on the table, Chris. As a guy that does graphic design, does Kickstarter things, does cares a lot about art and presentation. Tell me what you think about that presentation of Wingspan.
Oh, you froze up on me.
Yeah, I may freeze up sometimes, Chris. So just keep going. We'll be okay, man. Just stick with it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You froze up on me and then went real fast.
It's one of those swamp gas things. So don't worry about it. It's the Atchafalaya swamp kicking on my internet. If it happens, just keep rolling. Yeah, tell me about as a guy that loves graphics and loves art, what did you think about the presentation of Wingspan?
As always, Stone Mayer Games, it's very clean. very precise, and they let the art kind of speak for itself. I mean, those cards, so you can see them in that picture right there. Like, they don't even have backgrounds; they just have the bird on there. I'd be afraid that I would have cluttered it up with more art and graphics and stuff all over it and stuff. But they're so clean and perfect whenever you look at them. User friendly. I'd give it an A+. It's one of the things that I grade, games on, because that's my whole deal. But it got a big thumbs up for me on that.
Dan checking in says he finally received his copy of Wingspan in the mail today, and he's getting his sweet token upgrades a home. That's another thing that a lot of people are doing.
Little birdhouses and stuff.
Yeah, Dan, let us know what upgrades did you go for? Did you go for the bird upgrades? Did you go for an upgrade on the dice tower itself? That has been some, if there's been a complaint about the game, some people have not been that happy with the dice tower. Doesn't bother me.
Oh, really? Hadn't bothered me at all. Does it fall apart on them or something like that?
Yeah, it falls apart. It's probably the hardest thing to get back into the game the correct way. Although if you follow the instructions on the side,
I was about to say, if they follow the instructions, I haven't had a problem at all.
He says he's hoping that Wingspan gets the W. But Jesse said he hearts Coimbra, and he says heart because it's I Heart Board Games. That's his channel that he and Melissa and Travis and Ronald and all those guys have if you want to watch. But we heart Coimbra. But back to seriously, Dave, I know why you don't mind playing with the dummy dice. He's talking about Coimbra. So, yeah, thanks a lot, man. Steve says that he agrees with you. The cards with the art and info really make the game stand out, learning about the different birds through feather text. You hit the nail on the head. When it's not your turn, one of the things I like about Wingspan is that it's sometimes always your turn, because some of the cards have that ability where, you get some positive reinforcement even on other players' turns. But if not, you can actually enjoy the art and enjoy the history behind the birds.
Right. Yeah. No, I'll interrupt people and say, "Oh my God, my bird does this," and they'll go, "Yeah, it's my turn." So maybe I'm a little annoying with it.
Do you actually play them as birds? Do you actually say, "I'm playing the red-breasted swallow" when you play it, or do you just say, "I'm playing this card"?
Yeah, and sometimes I'll say what birds my bigger birds ate. I'll be like, "Oh, my hawk found the little, the one's called like a butterbud or something like that, because it has this little square of yellow in its butt." And I say, "Oh, it ate this bird," and everybody feels bad for the bird. But
I do like how all the birds are thematic. The predators actually eat stuff, and the ones that move around in nests, they bounce around on the table all over the place. That was pretty cool by Elizabeth Hargrave to integrate the theme with the mechanics.
Right. It's always really nice in games when you can just mechanically and artistically put the theme together, and it just flows really nice. I mean, it's something I try for as a designer.
Well, this was unsolicited. Someone says you're amazing and brilliant, Chris Strain.
You can't listen to that. That's my aunt.
Hey, thank you, Gina, for checking in on the show. And he is an amazing and brilliant guy, and we love having him on the show. Some of the people in the chat crew are arguing, though. So Dan says he went with the birdhouses.
Amazing and brilliant?
No, not with that. They're not arguing that at all. Dan says, let's see if I can get that comment there. There we go. I thought that comment was going to stay all show, and we just have to keep talking about it. But Chris, Dan says he went with the birdhouses and the 3D printed resources. I've seen the birdhouses, of course, but I haven't seen the 3D printed resources. I guess. Oh no, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the little worms and all those things.
I haven't seen the resources. I just saw the birdhouses earlier today.
No, I think I've seen them. So they're making, instead of the little cardboard tokens, they're making 3D looking resources. So I've seen that. But some people are arguing about the tucking of the cards. Steve said his only complaint was the tucking of the cards was a bit cumbersome, and I think I know what he's talking about. You get one of those big nested birds, and then you start putting 4 or 5 eggs on them, and then you got to tuck cards underneath it.
Right. Sometimes whenever I get eggs, I'll not put them on those birds at first if there's no reason to, because I know I'll be tucking cards under there. You got to move the egg, then tuck, then put the egg back. It's not that big of a deal problem to me, but I could see where it might be a little annoying.
How would you fix it?
I don't know if I would. I think I would have gone with what they did, because the only other option is to be putting eggs elsewhere instead of the bird, and that seems more confusing. There's not a ton of them. That I've even played certain games where I don't have any that tuck cards.
I tend to go for the birds with the tuck, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's the cost to put them out It's just attractive to me in the efficiency part of the game. But I've gotten used to it now, and it doesn't bother me anymore. But I remember the very first game, I was like, man, I keep messing up these eggs when I'm tucking the cards. One thing that I did find out, everybody asked me whenever I teach the game, oh, look at the colors of the eggs. Does that mean that they're going to expand it and the color going to mean something? But I don't know if you've heard, Jamie says no, that the expansions are not going to have anything to do with the colors of the eggs. He said something about he was going for the look of the pastels rather than worrying more about color blindness, and they never could get colors that would fit the color scheme they wanted that would still, work with color blindness.
I was actually pleased whenever I read that in the rule book that the colors didn't have anything. It's just aesthetic. I mean, because I just like the look of it. You could have gone real boring with one color, or could have tried to shove a mechanic in there to have the different colors. But no, I agree. I think it's great to have all those different colors on your board.
So is that your personal favorite for the for the KDJ, or do you have another favorite out of three?
I know that I've played all three of the Kenner ones. What were the other two? Do you have those?
Oh, shoot.
I remember reading them earlier today. And I play, and I think I have all three of them.
Oh, man, let me see. I posted it today, and now I don't remember who the three are.
However, I haven't played any of the other ones. Just the three Kenner that were up there.
So Werewords, Just One, and Llama were the SDJ, right?
Right. I haven't played this.
The only one I haven't played is Llama. And Steve might be able to help us out with this and tell us who are the other Kennerspiel. It's Wingspan and oh man, I'm just not remembering.
And then I never know the children ones that pop up. I didn't
actually recognize any of those at all.
Yeah.
And it's very rare that I actually recognize those, so that did not surprise me at all. So
it's rare that I recognize more than maybe one or two in all of their lists. I was surprised that I saw all three, just because they get so many more games over there in Germany, or at least so many different kinds of games.
Out of the six major ones, out of the 3 and 3 for the SDJ and the KDJ, I've played 4 out of the 6. That's probably the best at the announcement time. Now I've had years past where they've announced it, and then I've gone to Dice Tower Con, and they're all there, so I get a chance to play them. But this is the first time where I've played. So Detective was one of the other ones.
Right. Okay. I haven't played Detective yet.
I played Detective. So it must be the third one that I haven't played. Oh, Carpe Diem. There you go. Thanks, Dan.
Oh yeah, I got that right.
So I did demo that one at BGG with the developer, but I'll be honest. Yeah, I'll be honest. It just didn't excite me at all. What you own it?
I bought it after playing at BGG. We played it 3 times at BGG. So
Mike taught it to you, the developer there?
It was over in the Hot Games.
Oh, okay.
Area. So yeah, somebody taught us there, and then we went back and started teaching other people when we played. The weird thing about that one, it almost opposite feeling graphics wise, because I am judgmental when it comes to graphics and art, but the graphics are.
I didn't like it.
They are not user friendly, unfortunately. But the game was so good for us that I had to get it, and we still played it.
All right. That's what I need to do. I need to just get over my problems with the graphic design and just try the game.
If I can, you can.
Yeah, true. And you're much more attuned to that. I will tell you that I heard either from Mike that, I think I heard from Mike at BGG. He said, hey, second printing is coming out and it's going to fix all this stuff. They're tweaking all the colors. They're actually removing the little star pentagram or six-sided thing that you do. They're turning it into a circle instead.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, they said that it was too confusing, and they ran the numbers, and whether you go circle or this way, even if you're doing the little star thing, you're still really just going in a circle.
Huh.
Because if you spread them all out into a circle, it's the exact same thing. You have to follow a pattern. It's not like the one in Aquasphere where, depending on the choice you make, you eliminate other choices. You follow a set pattern, apparently. I've never played the game, so you could tell me.
Oh, you haven't played it?
No, I just did that little quick demo.
You just didn't like the look of it.
I wasn't that excited about the mechanics, and I wasn't that excited about the look. But it probably was more the look, just saying, "Oh man,
It's weird, a few years ago, talking about graphics and art, a few years ago, there was such a divide between American themed games, I'll use that term, and Euro themed games, art wise, that the minute you saw a game, you know which way it leaned. And now that we've meshed things so much together, which is,
right.
to benefit, it's hard to tell sometimes. And some people are still lingering on to that. No, I want it to have a Euro feel. And so they, it has to be purposeful that you grab this artwork and this kind of graphic design. You want to tell people what kind of game it is. But I think, people need to start blending more, especially with graphics and design.
Think about games that have come out recently. So the Architects of the West Kingdom, Reavers of Midgard, Asking for Troubles. So many games that have Euro mechanics in them, but still pop on the table, when you look at them. Coimbra, for instance. Coimbra, right. One of the things that attracted me, it sounds crazy, the box cover attracted me. It just popped right off the page. And then when I sat down and played it at Gen Con, I'm like, oh my God, I like this game. So, it's got a cool look. It doesn't have to, not every game has to look like Castles of Burgundy.
Right. And it's okay if they do, but even, I think they're coming out with a new Castles of Burgundy, I think.
They are.
Or a different, even that artwork it's up there,
Well, Wingspan, good nomination, I think. And I am I think I'd like to see Elizabeth get that one. And what a boost for Jamie also. And as an American publisher, although it'll be recognized as a German one because Feuderland was the one who published it in Germany, but still it's a notch under the belt for an American publisher who first came out with the game, if that can happen.